today is Trump obviously putting a pause on these funding programs within the federal government, which caused the media to falsely report that he was ending Medicaid and SNAP and programs of the like. And of course, Stephen Miller had to set the record straight.
So let's just walk through this because obviously there's confusion. Is this pause going to affect Medicaid?
It does not affect any service that the government is required to provide. It does not affect any entitlement. It does not affect any service to citizens. It does not affect any individual benefit, any public assistance program, or anything of that nature.
Republican Congressman Don Bacon was hearing from constituents. We have no idea where the constituents were getting their information from. But I will say, last night, when people started noticing this order, people were upset based on the executive order. I was hearing from them directly.
The executive order was issued 7 days ago.
I understand that, but it was going when the word got out.
This is an OMB guidance document.
Right, exactly. Look, and when that went out, people got it. Yes. And you heard Congressman Don Bacon saying he was worried. Yes. Now he's not, but he was worried that before school programs and after school programs in Nebraska were going to be affected.
I am sorry.
But you've clarified
I'm sorry that the media has falsely reported on this story.
I don't know what you're talking about in terms of false reports. It was a broadly written executive order, and there's...
No, you're conflating two different things.
Stephen,
an executive order was issued a week ago. There were some bureaucrats in the federal government who tried to push out money, billions of dollars, for wicked and pernicious purposes that had to be frozen.
Okay, so two things. I mean, Jake Tapper, can you please stop fiddling around with your papers there? It's so distracting. And clearly that must mean that he's either nervous or he doesn't know what he's talking about. That's my own personal opinion, of course. And secondly, what Stephen Miller is talking about is an executive order that Trump issued last week. The media is now obviously picking up that story because it fits the narrative that they're using now, which is basically a hoax, where they are saying that Trump is trying to take away Medicaid. Trump is trying to stop paying police officers. Now, if you guys don't believe me, let me show you what the Democrats have been up to. So the first up is from Chuck Schumer. He said funding for law enforcement is now in danger thanks to Donald Trump. And of course, Community Notes comes in for the win and states that the executive order clearly states, quote, this order does not apply to military personnel of the armed forces or to positions related to immigration enforcement, national security, or public safety. Now, race hustler Congressman Frost out of Florida said this: flood the zone. Electeds, activists, and leaders, don't assume people know what's going on. Tell them Trump and Republicans stop Medicaid. Trump and Republicans stop housing assistance. Trump and Republicans stop schooling for children. I mean, this is insane. It's as if they're not actually paying attention or reading the executive orders. What they're trying to do is drum up a narrative to combat the momentum of President Trump, and it's just not going to work. Now, Trump deranged Congressman Murphy said this: Trump's government funding shutdown, Medicaid, cancer research, elementary schools is cataclysmic by itself. But together with the pardon of the rioters, the firing of the IGs, etc., it's a brazen, transparent effort to seize power. Let's start acting like it. And again, this is them using the whole fine people playbook, right? They latch on to a lie and believe that the American people are going to take it at face value. The only problem is they have zero credibility at this point. They can't argue anything because no one wants to believe them, just like the media. And of course, we had to get a response from AOC. She says this: Trump shut off Medicaid. And again, I'm sure Community Notes will catch up because